It began with panic. In July of 1996, 31-year-old Blair Adams from Surrey, British Columbia, suddenly seemed convinced that someone was trying to kill him. He had no criminal record, no history of mental illness, but his friends, family, and co-workers all noticed the change. He became jumpy, nervous, and paranoid. He told his mother that someone was after him, but refused to say who. Blair had been living a normal life. He worked in construction, had savings in the bank, and no known enemies. But in the days leading up to his death, he began emptying his life of everything stable, almost as if he knew his time was running out. The flight begins on July 5th. Blair withdrew all of his money, thousands of dollars in cash, plus gold and jewelry. The next day, he tried to cross from Canada into the US at the border, but customs agents suspected he might be running drugs or carrying illegal items, and turned him away. Hours later, he bought a ticket to Germany, a country he had previously visited and where he had friends. But the following day, he abruptly canceled it. Instead, he bought a one-way ticket to Seattle. From there, Blair's movements became frantic and illogical. He rented a car, drove to Vancouver, then back to Seattle, and eventually boarded a plane to Washington, D.C. No one understood why. The road to Tennessee from D.C., Blair rented another car and began driving south, over 500 miles, to Knoxville, Tennessee. He had no known connections there. Witnesses described him as acting strange during the trip, speaking to himself and seeming agitated. On July 10th, Blair walked into a gas station in Knoxville and told the clerk his car wouldn't start. Mechanics checked it and found nothing wrong. The same day, he visited a hotel and paid for a room, but never actually used it. Security footage showed him pacing in the lobby, peeking out the door, as if waiting for someone, or running from them. The discovery the next morning, Blair's body was found in a parking lot near a construction site. He was half naked, his clothes scattered around him. The cash, gold, and jewelry were still at the scene. Robbery was not the motive. His body showed signs of a violent struggle, cuts, abrasions, and a fatal blow to the stomach that ruptured his internal organs. The medical examiner ruled his death a homicide. But there were no witnesses, no suspects, and no clear reason why Blair Adams traveled thousands of miles only to be killed in a place where he knew no one. The theory: some believe Blair was fleeing from someone, possibly criminals he had crossed, or an abusive relationship. Others suggest he suffered a sudden mental breakdown, leading to erratic behavior and placing himself in danger. But then there are those who see the strange travel pattern, the paranoia, and the violent end as signs of something much darker. Was he stalked across multiple states? Did he run into the wrong person at the wrong time? Or did the thing he feared finally catch up to him? Nearly 3 decades later, the murder of Blair Adams remains one of the most haunting and unexplained mysteries in North America.